All right, let's get started. So just come to the front of your mat and start to take a nice grounded Tadasana pose. So your feet are pressing firmly into the floor and you're just standing up nice and tall and relaxed. Begin to focus on your breath here, and if it feels good, you can blink your eyes shut. Otherwise, pick something to gaze at for a few minutes here. Turn your palms out towards the front of the mat. And today's practice is all about grounding and rooting through the earth. So every pose we take today, we're really going to pay attention to our roots. Think about how everybody goes, oh, look at that beautiful flower, or look at that beautiful tree. And they don't often think about what had to happen under the ground first in order for that flower or that tree to grow. And that is how we're going to approach yoga today and approach the poses. We need to nurture our roots first so that our asanas, our poses, can be as strong and blossoming and beautiful as possible. So as you stand here in Tadasana, hopefully your breath is slowing down. It's becoming more even on the inhales and exhales. And as you press your feet into the ground, draw your vital energy up your legs, engage your thighs, almost lift your kneecaps a little. Feel your pelvis. Are you standing with a real tilt to your pelvis? Are you thrusting your hips out? Try to bring it all to neutral. It might take a little bit of a tilt here. And engage the Mula Bandha, which is the pelvic floor. So everything down in there. Just go at it mentally here and engage it. This is your core that's going to hold you up through these poses. As you breathe, feel your chest expand. Feel your shoulders move. Feel the crown of your head extend even more towards the ceiling, or the sky, as I always call it. Take a moment here, bring your hands to heart center, and set an intention for today. Raise your awareness towards something you want to concentrate on, something you're thinking about, somebody or something who could use a little of this good energy we're raising today. Just hold that thought in your consciousness somewhere. Take a great big inhale here. Let it all out. And we will begin by shifting our weight into our left leg and bringing our right heel as far up into the groin as we can for tree pose. And if this doesn't work to have your foot here, it can be down on your shin. It could be just on your tiptoes down by your foot. Bring your hands to heart center again. And find your balance. So your left leg is strong and straight. Your right knee is pointing to the east, to the right side of your mat. And you're growing taller. You're grounding through that left foot. And you're extending through the crown of your head. Long, even breaths here. And it's okay to wobble. It's perfectly normal to fall. Every pose we do today is going to be held a long time, and it's going to take patience. Remember that bandha. Remember everything behind your belly button. On an inhale, you can grow your branches up if that feels good. or you can keep your hands at heart center. We're going to take 3 more big, deep breaths. Each inhale, grow a little taller, extend a little higher. Last inhale. Exhale, take hands down, foot down, walk it out. And when you're ready, we will take it to the other side. So shift your weight into your right foot. Bring your left heel as far up into your groin as you can get it. Straighten and strengthen that right leg. Turn the left knee out and bring your hands to heart center. Find your drishti to gaze at. A drishti helps you focus and remain still. Think about tightening your glutes here, engaging them, engaging your core still. Lifting the corners of your mouth, because you are a beautiful flower or tree. When you breathe in, take that breath all the way down into your grounded right foot. Picture your breath moving through your whole body. Inhale, open up if that feels good on this side. 3 more beautiful breaths here. Lengthen. Open your shoulders a little more. Bring your jaw back a little more. Last inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands come down. Open up to the right side of your mat and take a really long stance here. So on an inhale, we're going to lengthen our crown towards the top of the room here. As we exhale, we're going to come forward into a forward bend. And then when we inhale, we're coming back up. Our arms come out like wings and our right foot points towards the front. Exhale, settle into warrior 2. And we're going to pulse this 5 times. So inhale, come back, straight legs, hands to hips. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come down. Inhale, all the way up, wings out, toes forward. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, back up. Exhale, settle in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, back. And exhale into warrior 2, and now we'll stay here. So adjust your stance to whatever feels delicious to you. Look at your right knee. Is it tracking over the little toes? Kiss your shoulder blades together behind you. Open your collarbones. Gaze softly over your right middle finger. A lot of stuff going on here. Do you remember your bandha? Remind it to be working. Feel your roots growing down through both feet evenly. Even the outside of your left foot should be pressing into the ground. Couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, take it down to extended side angle. So that right hand goes on the inside of the right foot or on a block. Left hand extends to the sky. Really twist your torso open towards the left side of your mat. Your roots are still grounded. Your left hand is reaching to extend towards the sky. Thighs are rotating inwards. Torso is rotating open. 3 more breaths right here. Find strength in your stillness. Find strength in your grounding. Last inhale. As you exhale, straighten that front right leg. Maybe tick-tock the back foot a little closer if you need to, and turn this right into triangle pose. So now both legs are straight. Torso is still open, wide to the left side. Right hand is sneaking down your calf towards the floor. If your neck is getting tired of looking up, it can certainly look down. Last inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to launch off into half moon. So put a bend in that front knee. Get a block ready if you need it. Come all your weight, balancing on that right leg. Kick back towards the back wall with your left leg. Right hand reaches towards the floor. Left hand reaches towards the sky. Grounding all your energy through that right foot now. Breathe. Open your collarbones. Smile as you work. 2 more beautiful breaths. Last inhale. On your exhale, can you come up and launch off and come right back? Wide stance on your mat. Turn all your toesies to the right. Hands on your hips. Bow down on an exhale. And now we're going to do the same pulse to the other side. So on an inhale, come up, left toes point towards the back of the room. Exhale, come into warrior 2 on the other side. Inhale, back up, hands on hips. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, come up, prepare for warrior 2. Exhale, settle in. 3 more. Inhale, hands on hips. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, up we come, prepare. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, hands. Exhale, bow. Inhale, up. Exhale, warrior 2. 1 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, bow forward at the waist. Touch the ground. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, back up. And exhale, and here we're going to hold it. So adjust your stance if you need to. Maybe widen your feet so you can have a beautiful bend in that front knee. And settle in. Shoulders are relaxed. Away from your ears. You're gazing far off in the distance over your left middle fingers. Heels are actually kind of pulling towards each other. Energetically. Breathe. Re-engage that Mula Bandha down the pelvic floor. This is how to work your abs without even thinking about it. Couple more breaths here. Feel the energy in the ground. Really making the back edge of your right foot feel the ground equally. 1 more inhale. Exhale, take it all the way down, extended side angle. If this is too much for you, you can come up on an elbow here if you need to. So, settle in here. You can gaze up at that right hand if that works for you. Inhaling, reaching those fingers for the ceiling. Exhaling, thinking about twisting that torso open. Find strength in both legs. Find extension, energy shooting out those upper fingertips. Really think about twisting that rib cage open. Couple more breaths. Last inhale. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, come a little closer with that back leg, and prepare for triangle pose. So now we're inhaling that left hand or right hand to the sky again, and our torso is even more open here. Every inhale, reach for the sky a little bit. Every exhale, see if you can bring your left hand a little closer to the ground and twist your torso open a little farther. Breathing steady. Remember, we are finding patience with our stillness today. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand just to your hips here as you shift all your weight into that left foot and get ready to launch off. I'm going to move her, I'm going to hit the wall here, into half moon on this side. Left hand is reaching towards the ground. Right hand is reaching towards the sky. As you breathe and open up here, you will find your place, your stillness. A block is a great thing to use if you need it. And remember, it is absolutely human to be shaking, to be falling. It takes patience to grow roots. Am I making you tired yet? All right, one more beautiful opening inhale. Exhale, come right back down into that wide stance. Put your hands on your hips. Inhale, look up at the sky, spread your shoulders. Exhale, just bring your feet right up to the front of the mat and shake it out. Nice job. All right, time for eagle pose. So shifting your weight into your left foot, you're gonna draw your right leg up and over and around like it's a vine growing around. And now you're gonna twist your arms up. So left arm under, right arm over. See if you can get your palms to meet. And now you're all wrapped up like a pretzel here. Can you balance all your weight on the left foot? If you can't, stick your right toe down like a little tripod. Inhale, raise your elbows as high as your chin. Exhale, move your fingers a little farther away from your forehead. And bring a bend into that left knee. That'll help you curl your right foot around that calf. Breathe into the back of your shoulders. Remind your bandhas, hey, they're still working. Gazing somewhere sort of through your wrists. 3 more breaths here. It's hard work to stay still, isn't it? Last inhale. On your exhale, start to unwind. Stay on that left leg as you step back for pyramid pose. So your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your front leg is straight again. Big inhale, find length with your hands on your hips. As you exhale, bend forward at the waist, right over that straight left leg, and try to touch the floor, or use blocks if you have them. Keep your back straight and your legs straight, if you can. Remember, in yoga, we're always honoring what our body can do on any given day. And also remember that none of us is going to look like anyone else in class. So you do you. Breathing here, stretching out that left hamstring. One more inhale here. And now listen, as you exhale, you're going to put your right hand on your left shin and twist your left arm towards the sky. So we're twisted triangle here. Lots of rinsing out and squeezing here today. Keep your breath as even as you can. One more inhale. And now as we exhale, we're going to launch off into twisted half moon. So raise your right foot. Bring your right hand towards the ground, and we're twisting our left hand towards the sky. Yep, you got it backwards there. So in our minds, we're flying like birds, right? In reality, your left hand might only be halfway up towards the ceiling, and your right leg might only be a few inches off the floor. Feel your body working here. One more inhale, lift everything a little higher. Exhale, bring it down. Come on up to Tadasana. And enjoy a little wiggle and a squiggle if you need it. Shake your legs out. And now we get to do it all on the other side. So weight is in your right foot. Left leg wraps around like a pretzel. Right arm under, left arm over, palms together. Bend your right knee a little bit. That'll help you wrap your foot around it, or use that toe as a tripod if you're not feeling bouncy today. Elbows are up at chin level. Fingers are moving a little bit farther away from the forehead. Breathe. Use your core to hold you up here. You are a fierce, still eagle, gazing off into the distance. Breathing down into everything that we're wrapping up around each other here. Giving all our bones and our tendons and our joints a little workout here. Couple more breaths. One more inhale. On your exhale, start to unwrap and step the left foot back. Keep your right leg straight. Just inhale with your hands on your hips, crown of the head going up towards the sky, and then take that length as you exhale, chest to knee for pyramid pose. Every breath, find a little length in your spine. Every exhale, dip in a little more into that hamstring. Feel your roots growing under your feet. Feel the extension through the back of your spine. Couple more breaths here. And then we're gonna blossom into twisted triangle. So bring your left hand outside your right shin and inhale your right hand up in the direction of the sky. Gaze to the right side of your mat. We're doing our best to keep our legs straight here. And we're doing our best to keep breathing. Whatever you're doing, do it with confidence. As long as you're feeling something, you are doing it absolutely perfectly. All right, here comes the hard part. Twisted half moon. So you're gonna bring all your weight into your right foot and lift your left foot off the ground. Reach your left hand towards the floor and keep your right hand reaching off towards the side of the room. It's sort of an awkward feeling, but boy, is it good for you. I'm shaky. Couple more breaths here. You can do it. Last inhale, lift everything higher. And then exhale, bring it all down. Come whirling and uncurling all the way up here. And on that inhale, take your hands all the way to the sky. Palms together, bring them here to heart center and just enjoy a moment to gather everything back together. Rock back and forth on your feeties a couple times and ground them down into the earth. Grow a little taller here. And here we go. Inhale, hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, open your arms and swan dive as you bow towards the ground. Touch the ground, let your head fall. Inhale, come back up, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, tiptoe your toesies all the way back, come into plank pose. Take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale, bring your chest towards the ground or your knees. Inhale, come into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push right back into down dog. Take 5 breaths here. Do any movement that feels good to you here. So if it feels good to walk your dog, you can do that. It might feel good to really push into those palms and raise your hips as high as possible. Spread your shoulder blades. And here we go. Inhale, raise your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring your right foot forward. Stay on your left toes for a high lunge. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, hands come all the way down to the ground. Bring that foot back in here. We're going to take a vinyasa again. So chest comes towards the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg, point your toes towards the sky. Exhale, foot comes forward, stay on your right toes. Inhale up, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down. One more vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Get my stuff out of the way. On an inhale, pushing back. Exhale, tiptoe your toesies all the way up to your hands. On a big inhale, uncurl your body all the way up. Raise your hands towards the sky. Your palms come together and they come right back to heart center. Now we get to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Bring it all forward. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, and you can take yourself through a vinyasa here, or you can just meet us in down dog. Whatever floats your boat today. From down dog, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, come into that high lunge again. And now we're gonna settle in for a few breaths. So make sure you're comfortable here. Make sure your knee is not caving inward. Feel strength in that back leg. Think about your shoulder blades kissing each other so your shoulders move apart a little bit here. Away from your ears, I guess is what I wanted to say. How are your bandhas doing? Are they still engaged? Say hello, we're not done yet. Fingers are extending exuberantly towards the sky. And our roots are growing down through our feet. One more inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to take our hands down by our hips and palms down like a jet airplane here. We're going to launch off on the right foot, turning it into warrior 3. So lift your left leg off the floor, tipping forward until you make the letter T with your body. When you find your balance here, You can move your hands to heart center. And you can move your hands out in front of you if that's working for you today. I keep running into things here. So you're going to take 4 more breaths right here. Think about your hips staying in line with each other. So don't raise the left hip higher than the right hip in order to get your foot higher. It's okay if your left foot is only a few inches off the ground. Intention is everything in yoga. One more big inhale. As you exhale, bring that foot back and come into a twisted lunge. So your left hand is right down on the floor inside your right foot. Right hand reaches towards the sky. If it feels better to have your knee on the ground here, go for it. Feel free to move around if you didn't land in the perfect form here. If you want your feet farther apart or closer together, move them around. Yoga is a dance. Inhale those fingers up towards the sky. Open up a little more. Exhale. Palms to the mat. Bring your toes back. And again, take a vinyasa if that feels good. You're feeling sassy today. Otherwise, we meet up in down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Pedal things out. All right, inhale, left leg stretched way towards the sky. Exhale, come back into that high lunge. You're up on your right toes. You got a nice strong back leg and a deep bend in your left knee. Your biceps shouldn't be right by your ears here. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands farther apart. Find your stillness here. Grow your roots so that you can flower. Shine all your awareness on the front wall with your torso. I say, remember those bandhas. Engage everything in your core here. Engage your glutes. And also by doing those two things, you're protecting your low back as you do a little back bend here. On your next inhale, reach towards the sky a little more. Exhale, draw your hands. Woo! See, even the teacher falls over. Draw your hands back. We're going to come into that warrior 3 pose. Wow, I'm dizzy today. All right, launching off onto left foot. Right foot comes up off the floor. Picture making the letter T with your body. And hands can stay right back here if that is groovy for you. If it feels good to bring them to heart center, do that. And if you're feeling super strong, bring them right out in front of you. But don't sacrifice good form in order to do all the fancy variations. If you're nice and strong back in stage 1, stay there. Enjoy it. One more inhale. Strengthen that leg. Exhale, drop your right foot back. Right hand on the inside of the left foot and twist open for a twisted lunge. And again, take the time to adjust your stance if you need to. You can bring a deeper bend to that leg if you want. I'm always in favor of people using props if they need to. Inhale your left hand higher to the sky. Exhale, really shine your torso to the left side of the room. One more inhale. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Scoop the foot back. Enjoy your last vinyasa if you like. Strong up dog, inhale. And now exhale, we're gonna take child's pose, but keep your knees together and draw your hands back and hold your heels or hold your hands behind your heels. Drop your forehead to the ground. Really curl yourself up into a happy little ball here. Unless something doesn't feel good here, and then use blankets and pillows to make it feel good. Let it go. Feel how in this position you have more roots. The whole front of your shin is grounding. Even your head is grounding here. Relax your shoulders. All right, as we're ready, we're just gonna crawl our hands up by our knees and push up. And we're gonna, actually, I think we're gonna lie down on our bellies. So come on down and just rest your head right on your chin. We're gonna take bow pose. So reach back with your right hand, grab your right ankle. And if you wanna just do this one side at a time, you can, because we're gonna do it twice. Otherwise, reach back with the left hand, grab the left ankle. Take a great big inhale. As you exhale, draw everything up. So your ankles push into your hands, your chest comes off the floor, maybe your thighs come off the floor. Your core is engaged. Keep breathing. It's hard to breathe here. Harder to talk and do it and breathe. Couple more breaths. And on your next exhale, lay it all down. Turn one cheek to the mat. Take a little break. All right, chin back forward. Grab both ankles again, or if you're doing one side at a time, go for the other one now. Let's see if we can raise it a little higher this time. Inhale, on your exhale, up comes your chest, up come your knees off the floor. Little bitty back bend here. Lots of core strength. Lots of grounding through our belly. Belly to earth. Hey, we say that in skydiving, don't we? Mm-hmm. One more beautiful inhale. Take it a little higher. Exhale. Take it down. Push yourself right on up slowly onto your knees. My mat seems to like to move as I do it. All right, we're going to be doing camel pose here. If you're someone like me that has owie knees, you can fold up a blanket. You can take a fold in your yoga mat, whatever works for you. So come right up on your knees here. Curl your toes under. Let's give them a little love. Think about a neutral pelvis here. Shoulder blades back. Crown growing our flowers up towards the sky. Engaging everything in our core here. And now camel pose has many variations. So if you're super flexy, you're gonna end up bent back, holding onto your ankles and doing a crazy back bend. But some of us might only do one side at a time. So let's start by putting our hands right behind our hips and just gently pushing as we inhale. Breathe right here as you push your hips towards the front of the mat, and your neck will dictate what you do with your head. If you're super flexy and can bend your gaze all the way up to the sky, go for it. If you want to keep your neck neutral, do that. Think about opening up your collarbones here. Take a big inhale, and now as you exhale, can you reach for your right ankle with your right hand? And then your left ankle with your left hand. At this point, you can uncurl your toes if they're tired of being bent under, or you can keep them curled under for a little more height. Breathe. Think about if you were doing this right in front of a wall. Think about, envision pushing your chest against the wall. Thighs are really working here. One more inhale. Exhale, let go, sit up, uncurl your toesies, and just sit back into hero's pose for a minute here. Take a little focus break. Right here, you can bring hands to heart center. In fact, you could go from Anjali Mudra, which is palms together, and leaving your thumbs and pinkies connected, but open up your fingers to the Lotus Mudra. Just close your eyes for a minute and imagine the beauty and the energy that comes from a flower that has taken the time to grow its roots, just like we are today. All right, let's take it right on around here to a seated position. I'm going to do a twist. So take your left heel and scoot it under your right thigh. Then take your right heel and bring it up on over your left thigh. So your knees are a little bit stacked, and then we're going to twist this. So inhale, beautifully nice and tall, maybe even raise your left hand towards the sky. As you exhale, take your left elbow outside your right knee. Right hand goes behind you. We're spiraling the spine here. The gaze is the last thing to go. And if you want some extra frosting on top of this, bring your right hand around your torso for a bind. Maybe your fingers can find the top of your left thigh, maybe not. 5 more breaths right here. Give your hips permission to relax here. Think about what you're holding on to. Again, enjoy the stillness, the patience it takes to hold a pose. One more inhale. As you exhale, just slowly sort of unwind everything here. Lean back. We're just going to change the cross of our legs. So this time the right heel is under the left thigh. I forgot to mention that sometimes it helps with the tilt of your pelvis to be sitting up on a blanket here. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right elbow outside of left knee, left hand behind you. Sitting up tall, feel like if you were a marionette and someone was pulling on the string on the top of your head, zoop, everything gets stacked. Gaze over your left shoulder if your neck is feeling like doing that today. And add the bind with your left arm wrapped around your torso, fingers on your right thigh, if you feel like it. Breathe deep down into the base of your spine here, deep down into the outside of your left hip. Couple more breaths. Last inhale and exhale. Take it slowly forward. Extend both feet. And here we are in staff pose. So your hands can just go down right by your hips. Legs are straight or not, depending on your degree of flexibility. And we're just breathing, sitting as tall as we can, Really think about crown of head stacked right over your heart, stacked right over your hips. And we're gazing down at our toes. Take a few breaths right here. This actually is a forward bend. See if you can feel a little release in the backs of the legs as you just sit here and breathe. And then inhale your arms up towards the sky. Gather some energy there. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend just at the waist. Keep your spine nice and straight. And see if chest can come to knees or nose to toes. But keep your spine straight. Don't worry too much about whether you can actually reach your toes or not. Every inhale, find a little length from the crown of your head, and every exhale, take it forward a little more. Your dance, your comfort level, whatever feels good here. Take one more juicy inhale here. As you exhale, crawl your hands up, sit on up. If you were sitting on a blanket, get that out of the way, and we're gonna roll right onto our back, bringing our right knee with us. So your left leg is extended. Your toes are still actively pointed towards the sky, but you're hugging that right knee in. Maybe you are inclined to do some foot rolls here, ankle rolls, move stuff around. Really giving that knee a squeeze. Feel the pressure in the hip joint there as you squeeze it in. And then we're gonna switch them. So bring up the left knee, lay the right leg down. Remember to keep that foot active and just hug that left leg like a long lost friend. Maybe rock it a little, roll your foot around if that feels good. Don't forget the breathing. And now bring both legs up. Squeezy, squeezy, rock and rolly. And it's time for another twist. So lay your left leg down, and with your left hand, bring your right knee just across the body over to the left side. Feel free to bring your right arm out like a wing. Roll your gaze somewhere towards your right hand. And let gravity be your friend here. Gravity will help open you up in this twist. I think I'm hungry. One more inhale, breathe in. On your exhale, draw that knee back up and do the switcheroo. So up comes the left knee, right leg gets extended, and then draw the left knee across your body. Spread out your left wing. Gaze over at it if you feel like it. And inhale back up. Bring both knees up here, and it's time for just a quick happy baby. So reach your hands between your knees and then outside your feet. Grab the outsides of your feet and pull down. Feel your low back ground into the earth. You might have a strong urge to rock back and forth here, and that is perfectly okay. Think about bringing your knees as close to the ground outside your shoulders as possible. Inhale, exhale, bring your feet flat on the floor. And I should have said have a block handy here because we're just going to do a quick version of legs up the wall. So if you have an actual wall that you can get to put your legs up, that's great. Or if you're by a couch or a chair and want to just put your legs up in the chair, that is wonderful. If you have a block, here's another way to do it. So inhale up into just a little baby bridge pose. As you exhale, put your sacrum down on the shorter side of the block. And then raise your legs up to the sky. Let the block just hold you up there. Palms can be flat to the ground. And just enjoy a few breaths here in an inversion, as it were. Suddenly, our back side is our grounding and our feet are extending here. Just relax into it. Remind your shoulders that they can relax here. Shoulders often feel like they should still be doing something when they don't need to be. Inhale, extending your heels up a little more. Exhale, let yourself melt a little more. One more lovely inhale here. Stretch it long and tall. As you exhale, touch your toes down. Lift your hips, remove the block. And you, my dears, are ready for Shavasana. So whatever you need, if you're going to get cold, put on your shirt and your socks. Eye pillows are great. Let your feet flop wide. Let your neck be long. Palms are up facing the sky. And just let your breath go. And relax into a full body grounding into the earth. Give everything permission to relax here. Let your feet go. Let your hips go. Remind your belly and your chest that they can melt. Remind your hands and your arms that they can just let go now. And all that stuff that's still holding on in your face, your forehead, your eye crinkles, your mouth, tell it can take a break. When you are doing your own yoga practice, feel free to take Shavasana for as long as your schedule allows you to. But for the purposes of people who are on a tight time budget here, I'm going to lead you out of it by telling you to wiggle and squiggle toes and fingers. Bring a little life back here. And then when you're ready, take a great big long full body stretch like a cat in the sunshine. Roll over onto your right side and push on up into a comfortable seated position. Take a quick moment here to just bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head down, just close your eyes for a minute and send out some gratitude for this time, for honoring yourself, bringing yourself to the mat today. I'm sure glad that you joined me, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.